Hey guys, Sarah Gaston here. Listen, today I want to talk to you about 4 books that I highly recommend for actors that actually aren't about acting. So the first one is this little gem, Zen in the Art of Archery. I love this little gem because it talks about the mental state that an archer needs to be in if he or she is trying to hit the target. And just a little spoiler alert, you're not thinking about the target. Whoa! All will be revealed if you read this amazing little book. The second book I would like to recommend is Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic. Now, some of you may know Liz Gilbert. We're on a first name basis. If you read her New York Times blockbuster bestseller, Eat, Pray, Love. But Big Magic is a nonfiction book about creativity and fear. And it's really a lovely book about what genius really is, about how we need to guard and protect our creativity, and how we can continue to be creative beings even if we're not getting paid for being creative. And she tells a lot about her personal journey of having many jobs and waiting tables and being a nanny and all these things she had to go through before she became celebrated New York Times bestseller, The Elizabeth Gilbert. So it's a great book for actors to read as we're slogging up that hill wondering, when am I going to get famous? When am I going to get rich? When is it all going to happen for me? Because as you know, as an actor, we face rejection on the daily. Okay? All right. Now, the last 2 books I want to recommend, I sadly don't have in front of me. Now, I don't know if I gave them away because I sent them on their feng shui journey or if I have simply misplaced them. But luckily, I remember them both. They are both by Malcolm Gladwell, a celebrated sociologist. The first one is called Blink. And he talks about a concept called thin slicing, which allows someone to make very, very effective decisions in a very small amount of time. And he goes into how and why you can do this. But I found it really wonderful as an actor because, first of all, it freed me up to make instinctive choices when I was in an audition situation or when I was in some sort of performance situation and something went awry. And he also cuts through all the agonizing analyzing that a lot of actors tend to get caught up in. So I love that book for that reason. Lastly, I also want to recommend Outliers, also by Malcolm Gladwell. And this book, you've probably heard this reference, The Extraordinary 10,000 Hours. So Outliers is a book about why extraordinary people are extraordinary. And I think there is a mythology sometimes that somebody just rolls out of the womb and they are somehow so supremely gifted in whatever field they are interested in that they just magically rise to the top because of this gift. But the truth is, that's not it at all. It is the person who is willing to put in the work, in this case specifically 10,000 hours, in order to master whatever endeavor they have undertaken. So this could be Michael Jordan with his getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, making sure that he made 1,500 shots per day. I did not know this. I learned about this very recently. Or it could be the Beatles, okay? Their song 8 Days a Week really is about 8 performances a week. So really when you look at it in the way that Malcolm Gladwell explains it, when they were playing that much together that often, they were bound to be extraordinary because they had put in the work. So anyway, I found this book also very liberating because it just sort of demystifies the idea that somebody is so exceptional and so talented that they are destined and the rest of us are not. Because really what they have that the rest of us may or may not have is the ability to stay focused, stay hungry, and put in the work on the day-to-day and rise to the level that they have as potential, that a lot of people leave as potential and always think, someday I'm going to fulfill that. Well, here's the thing. Extraordinary people don't wait for someday. They do the work today. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you liked this video, please, I would love it if you would share it with all your friends and your in-laws. And then I would also like for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you do, you will get videos before anyone else does, because you'll get them as soon as they drop. Also, you'll have access to videos that I don't publish because, you know, I don't want to spam everybody with my stuff all the time. And lastly, if you really want to get all the goodies, I would suggest you subscribe to my email list. You can find a button on my website, www.sarahgaston.com, because in that magical email list, I share some tips, tricks, articles, information, sometimes some auditions that I don't share anywhere else. Anyway, I hope you are staying safe, staying well, and as always, break a leg out there. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was helpful for you. I don't know what happened. Hello, COVID brain.